Welcome to BioHotspot channel. Today we are going to learn about classical genetics. Genetics. When we talk about genetics, first thing that comes to our mind, Georg Johann Mendel. Yes, he is the father of genetics. So in this video we are going to learn about heredity and variation, Mendelism, Mendel's experiment on pea plant, terminology related to Mendelism. So in simply we call genetics the science of heredity, that is inheritance. Inheritance means transmission of character from one generation to other generation. Genetics, it is a branch of biological science which deals with mechanism of transmission of character from parents to offsprings. Even though Georg Johann Mendel, he is the father of genetics, but the term genetics was introduced by William Bateson in the year 1906. Genetics is divided into four major subdisciplines of, they are called transmission genetics or classical genetics. So, which is actually Mendelian genetics, which deals about the transmission of genes from parents to offsprings, how the characters to be transmit from one generation to other generation. Actually, this is the Mendelian genetics. So, this genetics, it is first studied in Pisum sativum plant or pea plant. And next, molecular genetics. This is the field which can deals with structure and function of gene at molecular level. This is the advanced field of genetics. So with the advancement of microscopy and other instruments, we can deal or study with gene at molecular level. So this is called molecular genetics. And population genetics. Population genetics means which deals with heredity in groups of individuals for traits which is determined by few genes. That is, in a population, an individual having the one or two genes, each character is controlled. So we have to deal with this topic, population genetics. So few characters only we can be studied in this field. So it is also known as qualitative genetics. And then fourth one is quantitative genetics. This is in contrast to the population genetics, because in population genetics we have to focus on only few genes, but in the case of quantitative genetics, in this which is determined by many genes simultaneously. For example, human height. So we have the sum of the character very tall and medium tall and intermediate tall and very short and very short. So these are the observable characters in the individuals of a population. So here many genes. So the number to be increased. So that is called as quantitative. Quantitative means number to be increased. So here many genes are controlled a character. But here only few genes, that is one or two genes can be controlled a character. That is population genetics or qualitative genetics. Next, genetics, we simply call it as heredity and variation. So heredity means transformation of character from parents to offsprings. Variation means, suppose variation means any difference is there in the same population or same species of one population. Any variation is there, any difference is there, that is called variation. Variation is divided into two types, continuous variation and discontinuous variation. Continuous variation means it is controlled by many pairs of gene, and it is caused by genetic or environmental factors or both. And it is also called quantitative inheritance. Quantitative means many pairs of genes are controlled. Example, human height, skin color, body weight and intelligence. So these are all the some few examples. And discontinuous variation means contrast to this. Here many pairs of genes are controlled. Here two pairs of genes only controlled. So it causes genetic factors only, and this is called as qualitative inheritance. So here some of the example: ABO blood groups, style length of primula and height of pea plant. So these are the characteristic features which are controlled by one or two pairs of genes only. So this is the difference between continuous and discontinuous variation. And then importance of variation. So variations which make individuals to be better fitted in the struggle for existence, that is better survival in the struggle for existence. So it is a need for this. So variation is essential. And then they help to adapt themselves to the changing environment. So they fit themselves to the changing environment, because changing environment is a permanent factor which is controlled by many factors. So variation is essential for to fit themselves or to adapt themselves. So this is the importance. And variations which provides the individual to the genetic material for the natural selection. It provides lot of genetic material, because a gene is a one gene. It can control the character. Suppose any difference is there, it will be converted into another one gene. So it provides a lot of genetic material by means of variation. And variations which allow the plant breeders to improve better yield, quicker growth, increased resistance and lesser input. And they constitute the raw material for evolution. So evolution is a very important tool for life survival. So variation only it provides the raw material for evolution. Next we go for Mendelism. The first geneticist, father of genetics, he is called as Gregor Johann Mendel, is the time period birth to death, that is 1822 to 1884. He is born in 22nd July in Heissendorf, Silesia. So his period, especially 1856 to 1863, he was the main period of Mendel's hybridization experiments on pea plants, and his paper is entitled in Experiments on Pea Plant, and it is published in the Proceedings of Brand Society of Natural History. And Mendel was successful because he applied mathematics and statistical methods. So this is one of the reason for Mendel was successful, because he know very well about mathematics and he kept accurate records. Lot of records he will be maintained, and he carefully planned his experiments, and he select the contrasting characters. So tall, dwarf, purple, white. So these are all contrasting characters to be selected. And then he select the pure breeding plants, that is self-fertilization plants. So these are the reason was Mendel to become a successful. And Mendel's experimental system, the garden pea, that is the Pisum sativum. Why he choose a Mendel plant, Pisum sativum? Because it is an annual plant. 1 year itself they complete its life cycle, annual plant. And both fertilization, self fertilization and cross fertilization occur on same plant, and flowers to be a very large, hence emasculation and pollination to be made very easy. So why? So that he choose the garden pea as a experimental system. And the steps in cross pollination on pea flowers. So first here he select this purple color, purple flower, and here white flower. So first he remove the stamens from the purple flower, because it is to be considered as a female parent. it is to be considered as a female parent, and this white flower is considered as a male parent. So here removal of stamens, that is a process is called as emasculation. Why we can be removed? Because to prevent the self pollination, to prevent the further entry of pollen to the stigma. So we can prevent, we cut or remove the stamens from the female parent. Here it is a purple flower. So here it is considered to be a male parent. Now this pollen grains to be dusted on the stigmatic surface. So this is the method is called as cross pollination. Now after that it is a bagging is done. Why we are kept bagging? To prevent the further entry of any pollen. After the bagging, fertilization is completed. After fertilization, ovary becomes a seed. So the seed having the characteristic feature between these two flowers only, these two parents only. So we get here F1 generation with all purple color flowered plants. So now let us we conclude purple flower is a dominant character than that of white flower. So this is a method or steps we are taking. Mendel he select the cross fertilization in this method. So in this cross pollination, the first step is called as emasculation, that is removal of stamens from the female parent, and then bagging. After that fertilization, seed formation, then seed germination. The offsprings will get a character of parents. Then the first model of organism in genetics, garden peas, Pisum sativum. Mendel he select the 7 characters studied by Mendel. The dominant character and recessive character, that is stem length. It may be a tall or dwarf. Part shape, inflated, constricted. Seed shape, round, wrinkled. Seed color, yellow and green. Flower position, axial, terminal. Flower color, purple, white. Pot color, green, yellow. So we can easily memorize the stem length. That is only one character. Stem length 1. And if we take flower character, it is a 2 character, flower position and flower color. So this is a 2, 1, 2, and then after that we come fruit. So fruit shape and fruit color. So this is also 2 character, and after fruit seed shape and seed color, this is also 2 character. So totally 7 character. So stem length, it is a 1 character. Flower related to the, so stem length, flower, fruit, seed. So 1, 2, 2, 2. So these are the 7 characteristic features. So in this, these are all dominant characters and these are all recessive characters. So when we observe that this is a dominant, this is a recessive, so we don't know this is a dominant and this is a recessive. When we are crossing these 2 characteristic plants, which one is obtained, which one is observed in F1 generation only, we can be conclude this is a dominant, and this is a which character is suppressed in F1 generation is conclude this is a recessive. So this is the 7 characters to be studied by Mendel, and then Mendel's 7 characters in garden peas, which is shown on the plant's 7 chromosome, because Pisum sativum their chromosome 2n equal to 14, so finally n equal to 7. So n in gamete 7 chromosomes are there. So this is the 7 chromosome which are present in the gametes. The first chromosome having the 2 genes which is responsible for the Mendel's 7 characters, that is flower color and seed color, and second chromosome don't having the Mendel 7 characters gene. So you don't think about no genes are here. So Mendel 7 characters which is not present, but any other genes to be present on this chromosome. So third chromosome is also no genes, that is related to the Mendel 7 characters, and fourth chromosome having the 3 characters which is responsible for the Mendel 7 character, that is pot shape, plant height and flower position, and fifth chromosome having the 1 character pod color, and seventh chromosome having 1 character seed shape. So these are the chromosome number 1457, 4 chromosomes having the Mendel 7 characters in Gordon peas or Pisum sativum. Next we go for terminology related to the Mendelism, that is factor or gene. So previously Mendel coined the term, coined or explained factor or determiner only. After the W. Johansen in the year 1901 only, he called the term gene. So factor or gene, so both are same. Gene means it is a functional unit of inheritance, unit of DNA that is responsible for actually transmission of character from one generation to next generation, which is called functional unit of inheritance. Allele means 2 forms of a gene. So here if we take capital A, this is a one gene, and the alternative form which is present on the homologous chromosome, see here small a, these two will be called as alleles. So a gene which is a alone we take gene, a two forms of a gene we called as allele. So capital A, small a, and alleles are, it may be homozygous allele or heterozygous allele. So individual has two identical alleles, they are called as homozygous. So that is capital A, here also capital A, that is called homozygous. Here capital A and here small a, it is to be called as heterozygous. So homozygous means individual has two identical alleles. Heterozygous means individual with different identical alleles. And dominant and recessive. Dominant means an allele which expresses in F1 generation. F1 generation means first filial generation. So this is called dominant allele or dominant character. So we call this dominant. Recessive means an allele which suppresses in F1 generation. So which do not expresses their character. That is called as recessive. Recessive allele or recessive character. And we will talk about some questions, recap towards the questions. And Mendel was born in 17th century, 18th century, 19th century and 8th century. Mendel, their period is 1822 to 1884. So he is born in 18. So the lot of the students, they prefer the answer 18th century. So it is no, not the correct answer. 19th century is the right answer. So suppose the year is coming in 1801 to 1900, which is called as 19th century. Suppose the year is starting in 18, it is come forward 8 plus 1, that is the 19th century. So Mendel was born in 19th century. Then Mendel proposed which of the following term for hereditary units. So Mendel he called as factor or determiner, because Mendel, he didn't, at the time of experiment, he didn't know that cellular mechanism, DNA, genes, meiosis, mitosis, he didn't know anything. So he called them as a factor which is responsible for transmission of character or determiner, because it can be determine the characteristic features. So he didn't call the term gene. Now after the 1909 only we get the term gene. So that is factor or gene. So Mendel proposed which of the following term for hereditary units, that is the right answer, factor or determiner. The next in 1900, 3 biologists independently discovered Mendel's principles. They are The three scientists there, De Vries, Correns and Schermak. De Vries from Holland, Correns from Germany, Schermak from Austria. In 1900 only, the three biologists independently discovered Mendel's principles. So then only Mendel's meticulous work become a famous, and then only he is called as father of genetics. Okay, thank you. I hope you all learn well. Thank you.